Episode 26. Thank you so much for being here. Today is the Sunday Funday Red, White, and Swole Q&A. So we're just taking lots of questions today, and it's going to be absolutely fire. If you have not yet left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, take a moment and leave us a review right now. It helps tremendously. And thank you so much for your support. By the way, if you haven't gone to the fucking gym today, I suggest you get off your ass and go to the fucking gym. That being said, tomorrow's episode is our private accountability meeting for members only. If you are not yet a member, join us inside the Swole fam over at swolenormousx.com and be there for all the exclusive private live streams. We have a weekly overtime segment where we release a brand new Driving While Gaining and brand new Balls Deep edits. This past Friday was absolutely lit. That overtime segments available for members if you missed the live stream on Friday. Every Monday, like tomorrow, we have our accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time with a private member Q&A, as well as brand new releases for training content inside Swolenormous X. And this Thursday, we also have our twice monthly Swole Fam round table at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're not a member, you're missing out on so much. Learn what you're missing out on, and then don't miss out anymore. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Join the greatest fam in the realm. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
There's nothing wrong with my body. Fat is not a dirty word. If my body tells me something, I will make sure it is heard. If my body is a vessel, I will give it what it needs. I will not betray my body, no matter what they think.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Hail the Swolenormous.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 26 hundo and 6 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 flexing on all you beasts.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Come one, come all, hit the thumbs up button. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble at the Daily Swole. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button. Share the show with people that need some knowledge cock in their lives. The greatest mancast in the realm to bang your ear holes when you're making sick fucking gains at the gym. Am I right? How many of you are smashing right now? I want to know. We got to get into this. What do you do when you listen to the show? Wow, I want to know what you're doing right now. Matt says he's cutting up some liver. Mashell, mashing some fucking kettlebells right now. You gotta listen to the Daily Swole when you're making some sick fucking gains. It will help. It will help tremendously. If you're struggling with your training, just put this in your ear holes and make some fucking gains. All right, let's get into today's episode. Just questions today. If you're new to the show, every single Sunday, we just go over questions. So all questions, you can start dropping them in the comments. hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We'll get into some calls. We'll get into some Instagram questions. We'll get into some live questions. And of course, a reminder that tomorrow's episode is our weekly accountability meeting. So we'll do it right here. Of course, in the Daily Swole Telegram chat, we'll have private member Q&A. We will talk about upcoming releases. We will launch some new stuff, new yoga, new recipes and shit. And we'll hang out 12 noon Eastern time. Stay accountable, plug in with the fam every single Monday. You know exactly where we are, 12 noon Eastern time. So you can check yourself. Make sure you stay on your 7 pillars. So we'll see you tomorrow. The episode will be private. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Don't miss out. And that being said, let's get into today's episode. Let's bust the nut open. Great Swole card today. Some of you know what it is. If you do know, and you're on Swole Text and you're in the fam, drop that hashtag in the comments down below. And let's get today's party started. Make America swole. Make America swole. All right. All right. Hashtag Make America Swole for a chance to win today's Swole card. Hashtag MAS. Mass. Make America. Super swole. Very, very Spanish. Mas is more in Spanish. Mas means more. So more Make America Swole. We want Mas Make America Swole. We want to make... It's a great fucking acronym. Hashtag MAS for a chance to win today's Swole card. Okay. That being said, let's get into some questions. We got one, We got one early on. Where was it? I saw it before. Nick asked, Papa Swolio, how sexy is P3S7? It is. Absolutely. Because what do you think, bro? What do you think? Of course, it's sexy as fuck. You're going to love it. You guys are going to love it. We got P3S6 cards going out. We got P3S7 cards going out. We got new murder. We got so much shit just launching, just ejecting into the Swole sphere. It's awesome. It looks awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to fucking love it. Of course you will. Of course you will. We got a first question here. This one's from Maggie in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So let's see. We got some people over there. Amelia, Elizabeth, Maggie, how are we doing? Papa Swolio, when you drink kefir, how much do you drink? Well, I make them in mason jars. So I think it's like 3 cups. So which is what? 24 ounces. I forget exactly how big these mason jars are. I don't always drink the whole thing. Usually I'll have, because I'll pour some out for the dogs and I'll give them in little containers. So I usually have a couple cups a day. After a workout, I usually have some more, or I'll have some raw yogurt. So just start light, because remember, with kefir, you're populating your gut. You're getting a ton of probiotics and a lot of different strains of bacteria, like 20 or 30 different strains. So always start with less. Whenever you're adding something like that, don't just chug an entire container. You might have like indigestion, or like your stomach might hurt. It depends. It's great. It's fantastic. So I would just start with, a few ounces. Start with like half a cup. Because what's the worst case? That you feel great. And then if it, let's say because remember, you might have to adapt to it a little bit, but you shouldn't have any issues. And if you do have any issues for whatever reason, at least you didn't have more, right? So just have a little bit. Just have like half a cup and see how you feel. That's great. I just found some raw kefir at my local Sprouts. I'm giving it a try. It's in a 32-ounce jug. Yeah, so just drink half a cup or something like that. Start light. Start light. I like it first thing in the morning when I wake up. I do like intermittent fasting and not eating right away, but I can't get around that fact that the first thing I like in my morning is to have some raw kefir. I just like that going in my stomach on an empty stomach. So it's either not eating until the afternoon or whatever, but I just like having it in the morning. I like having it in the morning. I'm magnetically drawn to having some first thing in the morning. And I just like the idea that raw goodness is going down my throat into my stomach. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
Got to get that cream down your throat first thing in the morning. All right, it's an Ask Papa Swolio Live. Can't do it without making offense. All right, let's get into a phone call. We got one from Pranshu. Pranshu, you're on the line.
Hey, I just wanna go to the fucking gym, but I don't have consistency. Whenever I decide to go to the gym, something just like randomly come up that stopped me from going to the gym. But I actually want to burn fat and go to the fucking gym.
Was that a question or a statement? Was that a question or a statement? I'm booing you.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Settle down. Was that a question or you're just saying like, whenever I want to be consistent, I'm not consistent. Something comes up. Bullshit. You're making excuses. Go to the fucking gym. If you want to go to the fucking gym, then go to the fucking gym. It's not that complicated. Either you are consistent or you are not. What was the reason why you didn't work out today? Oh, this, oh, the weather, oh, my child, oh, this. Okay. I'm not saying that there aren't sometimes things that come up that are legitimately an interference to you going to the gym. Maybe you have to drive 15 minutes to the gym and then your kid's home sick or this and you have to go. Okay, well, you have to adapt. Maybe you have to train at home that day. But objectively, did you do what you're supposed to do or did you not? And none of these things really are an excuse to eat shit. A lot of people, I think that's the biggest one. Training might look different. If you have to drive 15, 20 minutes to the gym and you literally cannot because something comes up and you just can't get to the gym, your car breaks down, you have to stay home, you have to go a different direction, that's different. But you could still do some yoga, Swollen 7. You could still do some physical activity. It might just be some yoga at home that day. I get that. I understand. But the eating is the biggest one. And I'm just kind of branching off what the question was from Pranshu. Oh, this came up, so I ate like shit. There's no excuse to eat like shit. You're just not prepared. Either you went somewhere and you were going to eat and you didn't bring the food that you should have brought. That's your fault. Or you just slacked off and you ate shit and used an excuse. That's the biggest one. If you can't physically get to your gym where all the weights are and stuff like that, and you don't have anything at home, that I get. But it's the eating shit is the biggest cope. So can't put that one past me. You just don't want to eat. You just want to eat your drugs. Okay, stop making excuses, by the way. Michelle, how do you get better at one-leg squats and pistol squats? First question, why? Why do you want to? Why do you need to? Pistol squats are not really required. God, so many people do those and just going to fuck themselves up because they're not ready for it. Single leg squats and pistol squats are completely different things. You practice them, elevate your heels, start slow like anything else. My question is why? You know, pistol squats are certainly not necessary and certainly not really not exceptionally valuable. Although you're better off doing poses like that or things of that nature in like a yoga context. I get concerned watching people just try to bang out those things CrossFit style and their knees like traveling in and all kinds of imbalanced. They look cool. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying that you can't do them. I'm not saying you're going to get injured doing a pistol squat. I'm not saying they're the devil. Your body can handle whatever you're exposing it to consistently on a regular basis, properly over time, progressively. But again, it always comes down to why are you doing it? Because you like the way they look, or are you doing it to build muscle in a certain way and move forward with strength? You know, there's better choices. One leg squats in the 90-day dash. Well, that's completely different. So single leg squats is mostly about the stability and the neuromuscular coordination so you can generate more strength long-term after you build that foundation. So the single leg squats, remember, anytime you're doing something single leg, it's not about the strength. It's about neuromuscular coordination. If you want to maximize strength, you need a more stable environment. Okay. If you want to maximize strength and maximize your ability to produce force, you can do it more safely if you're doing free bar stuff, but you need spotters, you need a lot of safety in order to create more stability and more safety. But if your goal is strength, you're better off doing a more stable exercise. So single leg is designed for the coordination and the stability and neuromuscular efficiency and neuromuscular coordination, not motor unit recruitment and not max force output and muscle building. Okay, let's see. Sandra in the Daily Swole Telegram. Papa Swolio, finally, I have checked and raw dairy is illegal. We can't buy anywhere. Where do you live? Would you recommend to avoid it completely since it's not raw or having it in small quantity? Parentheses, just started elimination diet today. So anyways, I won't consume any at least before 4 to 6 weeks. Well, remember, anything you eliminate, anything you eliminate, you're testing. So if you don't eliminate it, you're not testing it. I think raw dairy should generally be fine for people with elimination, but if the more problems you have, the more existing issues you currently have, as per the reason why you're doing elimination. If you have a lot of autoimmune issues and a lot of problems, you really want to eliminate a lot of stuff up front. The more you eliminate, the more you'll be able to test. And just because it's raw dairy and just because it might be A2 casein, if you're getting Jersey cows and X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean that your body is going to adapt well to it. Like I was saying, I consume kefir because the lactose is broken down by the bacteria. The milk sugars are broken down. When you're making kefir, the bacteria is feeding on the lactose and breaking it down. I don't have issues with kefir. It actually improves my bowel movements. I feel better. If I have the raw milk, I love it. The taste is delicious. My stomach is bubbling and I just crazy fucking gas. So it fucks me up. I try it once in a while and it's just awful and I get upset because I can't drink it straight, but I can have the kefir and the yogurt, so I stick with that. Kefir is better in terms of the lactose because it breaks it down. The bacteria actually ferment, they feed off the lactose, so it makes it absorbable. So if you have issues with lactose, kefir can often be a great choice because the lactose is digested or pre-digested or broken down or it's non-existent. I forget the actual structure of it, but it makes it great for me. Yeah, that's an option. Matt says holding a ring about chest height for balance as you squat down. Yeah, you can do something assisted, but you don't need to go that deep. With a single leg squat in the 90-day dash program, you're not going super deep. You're not doing a pistol squat. Pistol squat's ass to grass. So you need a lot of knee mobility and understand that you're doing, that's all your body weight on one knee. And a lot of times people do that and overload themselves. So I would just make sure I would build up to that range of motion by doing sissy squats, by doing elevated heel squats, by doing step downs, by doing a lot of stuff in the ankle, knee, and hip mobility master classes before you get there. So I would practice going all the way down ass to grass on a slant board and stuff like that and build load like that before you start going to single leg body weight. Because if you're just going from, hey, I don't go all the way down to a pistol squat, single leg, all the way down full range of motion, you're increasing the intensity and the range of motion. And a lot of times people get hurt because your connective tissue doesn't hypertrophy and improve in elasticity as quickly as soft tissue, like your muscles. Okay. Great. Fantastic. By the way, today is Sunday. So if you missed the overtime segment on Friday, we got a brand new Drive While Gaining in Swole TV. If you go 2 miles down, yo retarded.
You went full retard, man.
Brand new Drive While Gaining, and go check it out. Available now on Swole TV. Also, if you have not yet jumped on your merch discounts, of course, if you're already a member, you get 20% off site-wide every day of the year. So this is maybe not for those of you that are officially Swole Fan members, but if you're not a member and you want to get some 4th of July merch, it's getting towards the end of June. But jump on this special going to the end of the month, 20% off all items in the 4th of July collection over there at papaswolio.com. Just use code USA at checkout. There's more information also on the banner, on the header on that page. So if you forget the code USA, I don't know why you would, it'll say it over there as well. Okay, Mochambos. Let's see. Let's get an Instagram question. If you have more live questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We'll get another call in a second, but let's go. This one's from Nyati CK. Okay. Hold on. I got to burp. Hold on.
Yeah. I give it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
That felt great. Oh, that had body. That had depth. Oh. Oh, that was great. That felt as great as it sounded. Thank you so much. What do you guys think? That was pretty solid. Matt, a solid 8.4. Let's fucking go.
He's on fire!
Yeah! Cerny said I felt that one. And just for the record, a lot of times you have to judge, accordingly. You have to look at the image of what I'm doing. And if I'm going off axis, you have to take that into account. Because a lot of times I'm not going to blow out your ear holes. It's all about the direction. If I go off axis, it's out of respect for the audio listeners and for those of you that have, surround sound going. So you have to take that into account because all day, baby, all day, Papa Solays. Don't play. Homie, don't play. Matt, a solid 8.4. Nick, a 9.75. Michelle, 8.8. Mashell. The two Michelles coming in with a 10. Oh my God, a fucking 10?
I gave it a 10.
You did?
A 10.
Sandra,
a
8.4. Freddie, 8.5. Matthew, 7.4. Gonna go French judge over here. Sheldon, a 9. Megan, an 8.3. All right, that's solid. We always got to get the French judge. Yeah, you're a tough judge. Everyone wants to be French. All of a sudden, everyone's French. I think it's a 7.4, hey? It is okay, I suppose. All right. Do you watch your calorie intake? If yes, what app do you use? Well, no, I don't use any apps, and I don't really watch my calorie intake. I don't measure it. I don't weigh my food and stuff like that. At this point, I know I really eat high protein, high fat foods, and I just kind of adjust on the fly. I know how much I need. My satiety mechanism's accurate. If I'm hungry, I get full when I'm actually full. So I'm not trying to put on tons of weight. You don't need to be in a great, amazing surplus. So if I feel like I'm getting a little soggy or, maybe maintaining a little bit more body fat, if I'm eating a lot or I'm eating a lot of mangoes because it's mango season, I'm having a lot of mangoes, maybe I tone down. I fast for a day or two or pull back. I adjust naturally. I don't over obsess over it. So I'm aware of my body composition, but I fluctuate around a point where I'm comfortable. So as long as my performance is going well, my strength is improving, and I see those positive changes in the gym, I don't fuck with things. I don't like tracking things in an app and stuff like that. I just feel like that slows people down. I don't think it's a bad thing in terms of getting an idea of what you're consuming, but a lot of people focus on calorie value before they focus on quality. So if you're focusing on counting and you're not actually getting to the root cause of the nutrient-dense foods, if you're not focusing on quality first, then you're wasting your time. Focus on quality first, and then you can come back to the counting if you want. Oh my God, let's fucking... Ooh. What do you think, Church? How was that? Was that good? That was a nice rip, right? What do you think? How was it? Daddy laid it down, right? That was a nice one. I'm trying to show you off. What you doing, cutie? This is what I have to deal with during the show. That's what I got to deal with. She's so cute. Oh, the belly rubs. Oh, the belly rubs. Oh, the pink bellies. Ooh, someone's got to pee. Oh, you're full of pee. You're full of pee. Look at her little smile too. She's got that little up curled lip. How do I get any work done? I know. It's so hard to get stuff done because I look down. You should see that when I put her in her cage. If I'm training or something like that, she's just looking at me from in there. Oh, how do you get anything done? How do you get anything done? It's so cute. Okay, that's it. I gotta do the show now. More questions. Time to do more questions. Maybe I'll just stay here. I can answer more questions. We got the Tainty Man. He's sleeping. Maybe she'll sleep like that. All right, we'll leave her here. Let's see what we got here. Let's get another call. This one's from Sergio.
All right, dog. I'm trying to get a 6-pack, bro. What you got? What you got for me?
I'm trying to get a 6-pack, bro. What you got for me? I got nothing for you, man. I appreciate the fact that you're trying to get a 6-pack. Cool. Sounds like you're in a loud music place. Are you in the gym or are you at happy hour drinking some margaritas? Stop eating shit food. Lift heavy weights. Get your shit together. What you got for me? I got discipline for you. If you're man enough to step up and accept it. What do you think? Is he man enough? Church is like, fucking chode. Yeah. All right. Super weak. Thanks for the call. Thanks for wasting my time, chode monster. All right. Amelia Dubois, Papa Swolio. About 15 years ago, I was... Holy shit. Okay. This is intense. Papa Swolio, about 15 years ago, I was shot 3 times. 1 bullet damaged my left deltoid. That side is weaker than my right side when I lift. Doctors say I should try doing stretches after I lift to agitate the tissue and promote repair. Can you recommend stretches for the deltoid? They told me to get physical therapy, but you've helped me more than PT ever did. Well, that's intense, man. Even though you're not a man, that's intense. They told me to get physical therapy, but I've helped you more than PT. Okay, that side is weaker than my right side. I mean, yoga, are you practicing yoga? That's tremendous. I mean, there are a lot of stretches. So a lot of times what the goal is, if you want to get more blood flow and more repair, then you have to actually, that's what you're doing when you're causing damage, when you're breaking down muscle tissue. Your body is sending blood to the area and sending nutrients and things like that to repair muscle tissue and things like that. But if you don't use it, you lose it. You have to mobilize it. So that side's weaker. Yoga is fantastic with bilateral strength because a lot of movements you're able to compare left to right. You'll twist one way, then you'll twist the other way. You'll move this direction and move that direction, and you can get a much better gauge. Yin yoga is fantastic. Vinyasa flows are great. Also, Amelia, have you checked out the shoulder awareness program? Because that's great for corrective exercise. Just some ideas. That's amazing. That's horrible, but that's amazing. You're shot 3 times. If you want to share that story, I don't know what that story is like, but you know, that's whatever you want to share with that. I'm curious as to how that happened, but I understand if you don't want to go into the details, but my goodness, you're lucky that you're here. And I can understand that that left side would definitely be weaker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whew. Wow. I'm so glad you're still here with us. Said I was shot by my ex.
Matt Damon.
Not for you. Jesus Christ. What a piece of shit. All right. That's intense. So glad that you're here with us. And I'm glad that my content and X and stuff like that has helped you. So anyway, I would check that out. Check out the shoulder. Wow. Check out the shoulder awareness series, because here's the thing when it comes to mobility and getting blood flow and strength, you definitely don't want to just stretch. Like you said, you want to strengthen it. But a lot of times when you have an injury, now it's different than when you pull a muscle or strain a muscle versus when you have an impact like a car accident or a bullet. I mean, you're literally causing physical change and damage. So you want to make sure you're strengthening the tendons, the ligaments, which the ligaments attach the bone to bone, the tendons attach the muscle to bone, and of course the elasticity of the tendon and the muscles. So yoga is fantastic. Check out the shoulder yoga classes, the shoulder yin classes, getting into that connective tissue. Yin can be very good for really getting into like deep connective tissue, long periods of stretching that can really help loosen up, in addition to the vinyasa and other starter classes. And when it comes to the shoulder awareness program, sometimes limitations with movement are also the associating muscles. So if you have a muscle that got injured, like with the bullet, you might have other muscles that are also going to guard and lock down and shut down in order to protect injury or pain or discomfort from that muscle. So activating all the muscles around. I don't know where in the shoulder it's damaged, but the surrounding rotator cuff muscles, the posterior deltoid, you have the middle and lower traps, you have the serratus anterior on that side. So you might have a lot of other muscles that are kind of inactive and shut down. So the shoulder awareness program can activate those muscles. And maybe you have the shoulder joint, you also have the shoulder girdle. So you have the muscles that attach from your actual axial skeleton to the shoulder blade. And then you have muscles that attach from the shoulder blade and from the torso to the actual humerus. So you have muscles that kind of cross hatch over two different joints there to work synergistically. So I would check out the shoulder awareness program in addition to the yoga. So you have activity, you're being proactive with your activation, and you're also getting into some deep tissue. That's fucking wild. Amelia, I didn't realize you had the shoulder awareness program. I'll check it out today. No matter what I say and how much we put on the website and how much I talk about, there's just so much. It's hard to let people know everything. You have to really click through all the sections and go through the details. But this is why we have the master classes. And this is why the best part and probably the most important part. So if you're a member, and that's why the Telegram chat, the Facebook group, the podcast, everything is integrated. Because if you have a question, hey, I'm interested in this. Most often there's a class, there's a program, there's a master class or something inside X, and there's so much stuff to go through. Sometimes you might not know exactly where it is. So you just post up and ask questions in the Telegram and we can direct you. If there's content, you're like, oh, I didn't know. Glad you asked then. It's good stuff. Yeah, we have glute awareness, shoulder awareness. We have a few different programs in addition to the other full programs. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yep. Clubs and maces. Clubs and maces are great for shoulders. Okay. All right. Hashtag Make America Swole. Let's take some more questions. The church is looking extra cute. The tainty man's getting his sleep on. Hashtag Make America Swole. Let's take another question from Instagram. If you have more live, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. This one's from Swaggy Potatoes 69. How do I become confident with myself? Go to the fucking gym. Create a body and create discipline that you respect. So a lot of people in this victim culture feel like they are granted respect just by existing. And that's nonsense. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you're an asshole, right? So when I say you earn respect, it doesn't mean that you spit on people that you don't know walking down the street. So you earn respect. If you see someone in the street or at a store, and let's say you don't know who they are, well, they didn't earn my respect. You just disrespect people. No, there's general kindness and there's general manners. So you don't just spit on people or insult people or treat them like crap just because you don't know them. But people need to earn respect from other people. You need to earn that respect. You can still have kindness and manners and being cordial. But the fastest way to earn respect from other people is to respect yourself and act that way. If you don't respect yourself and you don't show that you take care of yourself, what do you expect from other people? You trash yourself, you're lazy as fuck, you just lay around and then you demand other people respect you? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. If you take care of yourself and you have demands for yourself and you hold yourself accountable, X, Y, and Z, then you're actually setting a standard for how you will allow other people to treat you. So if you respect yourself, guess what? You're going to command more respect from other people. Very, very simple, but you got to put in that work. That's right, Mark. One thing Papa has hammered into my head is that you must earn shit. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. We're all very fortunate to be alive. But I feel like that's the way of respecting the fact that's a gift that you're given is by taking care of yourself and respecting yourself and doing the best that you can. John, Papa Swole, I've been doing carnivore for my elimination diet for the past week. Generally, how long does it take to become fat adapted and what are the signs of being fat adapted? So you're not eating any fruit, just meat? Are you getting an organ meats and stuff like that? Liver, heart and stuff? You might have some keto flu or you might have some diarrhea and some as your gut biome shifts over. I mean, you'll come out the other side. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks. Sometimes people feel great right away and then go through a period of like a week or two of like maybe runny nose, or you have diarrhea or loose stools and things like that. So you'll know. You'll know if you feel a little run down, you're not going to die. As long as you're getting your nutrients in, you'll come out the other side. Sometimes it just takes a week or two. Some people report diarrhea for a week or two if you're going complete carnivore. I think it also depends on where you're coming from. People that eat garbage food and eat like shit all the time and then go fucking carnivore, your body is cleaning out a lot of shit. Your body is shifting in a big way. Doing liver 3 times a week, nice. Yeah, I personally don't do carnivore. I have fruit. I almost feel like carnivore is kind of like fruit too. If you're an animal, and here's how I notice that. I see a lot of animals that are eating, a lot of animals eat my fucking mangoes, by the way. Everyone eats the mangoes. So if you're eating meat, if you eat meat and you're an animal, you're also going to eat fruit that you find on the ground. So the mangoes fall from the tree. The iguanas eat the fucking mangoes. The birds eat the mangoes. The squirrels eat the fucking mangoes. The dogs, everyone eats these fucking mangoes. Everyone eats my fucking mangoes. You know why? Because they taste good and it's nature fruit. It's just out there. There isn't grass-fed beef roaming around, so a lot of these creatures just eating my fucking mangoes. The ants eat the mangoes. They love them. They're all over them if they fall on the ground. Every day I'm picking up all these half-eaten mangoes. The tree is pretty much devoid of mangoes now. I've frozen all of them and dried them out. I've been trying to eat so many fucking mangoes because I don't want them to rot, but man. Anyway. Oh, I got 2 watermelon in the fridge. I've been trying to make sure that I'm eating all the watermelon mangoes. I've been eating a lot of fruit. I can't wait till I go through all this mango and kind of get stabilized. I'm probably going to, I can't wait. I've been trying to, I want to fast. I need to, there needs to be, I'm looking forward to not eating any of this fruit for a little bit. It was a lot for a few days. I'm sitting there eating like 8 mangoes. I'm texting Mama Swolio, oh my God, I never want to see a mango again. But then I want more later. But that's why it's good. It's a season. It's not all the time. There's tons of mangoes everywhere. It's just this time, this peak period. And fresh mangoes are ridiculous. So, you know, it's only one couple weeks out of the year. All right, let's see. Simpson Daniel, Papa Swolio, did you ever hit a wall in lifting getting stronger? How'd you push past it? Of course. I've hit many walls. This is why I always talk about adaptability. And this is why the way I train today is different than the way I trained 2 years ago, even a year ago. The way I train today is different than a year ago. And a year ago was different than the way I did a year before. And that I literally adapt and I tweak my training all the time. And I adjust to the needs that I'm currently, that I currently demand. So getting stronger, you're not going to endlessly get stronger. You're not going to get stronger exponentially. So I've been training for over 20 years. I've gone through different periods of training a certain way and then kind of toning back and pulling back with the resistance and then going heavier again. So right now I'm going through a different phase, a different approach with really high intensity, low volume, and I love it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm using a lot more machines. I'm not doing as many kettlebells right now. Once in a while, I'll use them for certain things, for cardio or for mobility, but I'm doing a lot more of that. Not doing as much with the clubs. I'm still using the clubs and the maces as warming up and stuff like that, but I'm pulling away from that to focus. And I go through different phases depending on what my body requires and what I'm trying to accomplish. So like I always said, all these tools are great. Kettlebells are great. Clubs are great. Maces are great. All these things are great. But at the same time, they're all tools. What are you trying to accomplish? And then do you have the tool that's ideal for accomplishing that goal? So I push past all those things by adjusting, by adapting. And if your goal is to build muscle, if your goal is to maximize strength, then you want to train intensely and also recover properly between subsequent sessions so you could stay consistent long-term. The most important thing is that you're staying consistent long-term, because if you're not training, you're not going to be creating the stimuli in order to adapt to it. Lithium ferrate, Papa Swolio, is soy really bad or is it a meme? Tofu is way cheaper than meat where I live. Well, in my experience, all the evidence I've seen, and I'm sure most of the Swole fam here, if not everyone, will concur, it's very estrogenic. So I would look into estrogenics and the problems with the glyphosate, the GMO, the atrazine, the monocrop agriculture, how much soy. Also the issue is if you were getting it rarely, once in a while, it's probably not going to be that bad for you. But if you look, the fact that we're inundated as a society, we're inundated with vegetable oils, seed oils, soy, grains, gluten. We're just inundated by it, and it's not good. So if you're talking about once in a while, some of it makes its way into your diet, you might not notice it. You might notice it and feel bad, but you might not be exposing yourself to it on a regular basis. But yeah, no good. I avoid it at all costs. You asking me, so I'm telling you. And tofu is disgusting, by the way. In my opinion. T-Bone Capone, Papa Swolio, any advice for balance? I find during yoga I have better balance on my right leg than my left leg. Normal. Keep practicing. Keep practicing on that left leg. Practice. That's my advice. That is my advice. Focus more on your weaker leg and focus more on improving balance and keep doing it. If you find, my recommendation is if you find certain poses and certain moves in certain class, like a certain class that really challenges your balance, do that over and over again. Master that class. Keep going. Keep going. Don't baby that side. Push through. You're only going to get better at balance by practicing balance and stability. This Twain, Papa Swolio, how do you work on abs from the very bottom? Well, first off, you're probably talking about your shit diet and all the fat that's covering your abdominals. The most important thing when you're training, if you want to train the abdominal muscles, to make sure that you're flexing the spine. If you're just like laying there and like bringing your legs up to your chest, you're not working your abs, you're just working your hip flexors. So make sure you're actually flexing the spine. If you're doing hanging leg raises or you're doing sit-ups, make sure you're getting a stretch make sure you're getting flexion and extension with the spine. A lot of people just do like leg raises and shit that's not actually creating any full range of motion. These little short crunches, it's kind of bullshit. Get a full stretch on like a ball or a wheel all the way back and all the way up. You're not going to see your abs unless you're eating properly too. Jojo Britt 123, Papa Swolio, to strengthen arches in feet, go barefoot. You can do different things when it comes to lacrosse ball, golf balls. There's different things you can do for your feet strengthening. You can actually crunch your feet and actually kind of like shimmy your body by doing little foot crawls. You can strengthen your anterior tibialis tib raises. The actual anterior tibialis tendon inserts onto, I think there's the first cuneiform. I forget my kinesiology there, that whatever the fuck it is, but it wraps under the arch of the foot. So if you have a weak anterior tibialis, a reason why a lot of people have flat feet and have plantar fasciitis, because the anterior tibialis is weak and it's not eccentrically decelerating when you're walking. It's not eccentrically decelerating the plantar flexion, the flexion of the foot. And the foot flops a lot, so you get a lot of inflammation and impact. I'm not sure what your footwear is like, but strengthening your anterior tibialis, stretching, yoga is fantastic. Anterior tibialis work, like I mentioned. Yeah, there's some things right there. And also a flatter arch doesn't mean a weak arch, but understand that if you have weak feet, most people do, it translates all the way up to your knees and to your hips. So a lot of times that causes knee problems or back problems. If you have overpronation and feet flattening, it causes a lot of knee valgus. You can get a lot of knee pain and tendonitis and shit. Matt says, start giving foot jobs.
You switch the samples.
Foot fetish, anyone? Foot fetish, anyone? Maggie is asking, Papa Swole, you're going to release any more Swollgas soon? I appreciate it. We just did recently. Did you try the latest one that we released like a couple weeks ago? I really enjoy your Swollgas. They're the perfect length and hit all the things I'm looking for. They're the perfect length. That's what she said. That's right.
He's on fire!
Of course it is. Of course it's the perfect length. Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Have you tried the most recent one? The Invigorate, it's bomb. Excellent. Fantastique. I'm glad. Who here likes some Swollga? Who here likes the Swollga? Should we get some more Swollga going? Madzim180. Papa Swolio, I'm going to start my first week at a gym. What kind of workouts do you suggest to build muscle? Well, first off, you're not going to build muscle in the first couple weeks. You're going to get neuromuscular coordination. You might improve strength, but muscle building is going to start occurring after the first few to several weeks. Good. What kind of workouts? I suggest starting with total body. Learn proper form. It's such a vague question, but you want proper form. If you need help, join us, swolenormousx.com, and do one of our programs. 90-day dash program is the best place to start. So I would recommend that. Aside from that, it's a vague question. I could talk for hours about where you can start, but you need to be eating properly and start with the proper strength training program. The most important thing is the intensity and the volume, and you got to make sure you're cautious with that as you first start. So the form is the most important thing. Let's see. Matthew, are these Swollga reviews? Oh, look at these Swollga testimonials. These Swollstemonials. That didn't work. Sandra loved the Swollga. Never felt better. Dawn loves Swollga. Matthew, Swollga got me back into yoga. Danny, Swollga is my favorite. Love the Swollga gravity. Thank you, brother. Michelle, Swollga strength is my favorite, but gravity is awesome too. Michelle, the tale of the two Michelles, Michelle and Mashelle, Mish and Mash. Oh, now you got a name. Mish and Mash are fucking showing up in a big way. MC and MD. Mish and Mash showing up to the Daily Swole. The tag team, right? Mishmash. That sounds like a WWE, old school mishmash. You hear the music turn on. Tag team. The finisher move is stirring the pot. Oh my God, they're making fondue. Okay.
Shut up, bitch.
All right, mishmash. All right, so Mishmash versus the Hardy Boys. I'm telling you, it works. It works. Okay, so Swollga. People are loving the Swollga. If you don't know, join. Look, all right, shameless plug. We don't do sponsorships, but we're sponsored by Swolenormousx and the Swole fam. So we don't do fucking ads and lame plugs and hey, have you tried this toothbrush lately? No. But the shameless plugs of the greatest famines of the realm is going to be abound on the Daily Swole. So join us, swolenormousx.com, and Swollga are the yoga and mobility classes that I teach personally. So we have over 300 yoga classes from our amazing instructors. And the Swollga, that's my section where I take you through my mobility routines and awesome shit. So people love me. People love some Swollga. I enjoy the Swollga as well. And I also love the yoga studio. So check it all out, swolenormousx.com. Hashtag Make America Swole. Let's get another America here. Let's get a little church. Let me get the churchy. Aww. And the tainted boy. Very nice. His head's just the headless dog. Okay. Ooh, I like that. The dick-shaped toothbrush, the Swole brush. You're onto something. How about this? It's a toothbrush, but the toothpaste is stored inside. You push a button, and outside the top of the penis toothbrush, it shoots into your mouth, and then you brush it. Phthalate free, of course. Keith Bevers. Papa Swolio, did you ever want to give up? Give up what? Give up what? Well, if you never stop, you never have to start again. I don't know what this means. Give up, give up training? No, I never wanted to stop training. Stop doing the show or videos? No, never more than the need or the discipline to keep going. I mean, wanting to give up. Look, you're going to have ups and downs no matter what you're doing. But if you have purpose and you're doing whatever you're doing for a reason, then you're going to navigate those ups and downs. And consistency, no matter what you're doing, if you're consistent and if you set yourself up for success, I think the real goal is to decrease the amplitude of those highs and lows. So rather than be like, oh, you're at the top of the world, and then you're super low mood and bummed out, and you're going through this huge swings. If you're eating well, if you're training regularly, if you're doing things with purpose, if you're consistent and you're chipping away day by day, you just decrease the amplitude of those highs and lows, and rising tides raise all ships. Let's see. Josie Espinoza in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. My teenager is suffering from migraines. Oh no. What kind of exercise can relieve pain? I wouldn't look to exercise from that right away. Josie, has your teenager, What's his diet or her diet like? A lot of times processed dairy can cause migraines. Gluten and grains can cause migraines. Processed sugar, that can very, very, very easily be a nutritional issue. What's your teenager's nutrition like? Be honest. Literally, what is he or she eating? How old is he or she? What's the sleep like? We've had many members that like literally cut out processed dairy and migraines for 20, 30 years disappeared. So a lot of people here had suffered from migraines and completely got rid of them by changing their nutrition. How many of you had chronic migraines and then you improved your nutrition? Mama Swolio had regular migraines. She had regular migraines often. And she hasn't had anything like that in years. Birth control, all these things are fucking poison for the body. It could be dehydration. It could be electrolytes, but that's why I'm curious. And be honest with what is actually being consumed. Let's see. Hello, Anup Agarwal. Fucking names are awesome, Mr. Agarwal. My name is Agarwal. All right, Papa Swolio, what to do if the gym is closed? Go to the gym when it's open. Get your own, make a home gym so you can train at home. Do some yoga. I don't know. Go to the fucking gym anyway. Put out your yoga mat. There's your gym. Silly questions. All right, let's get some migraine comments. Elizabeth, migraines gone after full carnivore and yoga. Hormones, though, can bring them on again. Matthew, I used to get migraines, and since cutting gluten and nightshades, they all but disappeared. And like I'm saying, it doesn't mean that like, hey, you cut out these foods, I never have a migraine again. But if you're getting them every couple days, and then maybe you get them once every several months, talk about changing your life. So, Josie, are you still there? Josie, what's so we didn't get any, no responses yet. Okay, so that was kind of, all right. You leave me hanging, Josie? Or are you typing? Matt the Great, processed dairy definitely gives me a headache and violent gas, like that shit can peel paint. Oof. Sandra. Sandra, I had chronic headaches, but since I've got full hydration, I'm free of those. So electrolytes can make a big difference. A lot of times sodium deficiency, electrolyte balance can make a big difference. Jojo Brit 123, we're about to wrap up, so any more questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Jojo Brit 123, what's a good workout to strengthen weak knees? Reverse sled, doing, light reverse sled on a regular basis. Reverse sled's great. Doing step downs are fantastic. Strengthening your calves and your anterior tibialis is great. Slant board squats are great for allowing the knees to travel over the toes and stay more upright and focus more on depth for quads. So a lot of times that's ankle mobility, and that's the tendon and ligaments in your knees. So I would say the number one thing, the first thing that you can do that everyone can do, I don't care how old you are, how strong you are, you can do a reverse sled. Maybe you're only pulling 5 pounds, maybe you're pulling 90 pounds. So reverse sled. I love giving that's an answer that I'm 1000% confident. Reverse sled's epic. Okay, Alex031002. Is that your birthday? Oh my God. 31002. Jesus Christ. So you're like 21. Fuck, man. I'm old. Shit. When you start to see the date and you're like, oh my God, you were born in 02? Maybe? And you realize, oh my God, that's a full-grown human at this point. Shit. I was like a sophomore in college. That's when I first started really lifting to fucking make sick fucking gains. That's when I really got my shit together, was 02. Why is the myth spreading that people who play football don't need to train their legs? Do you mean football, like American football, or because foosball's for the devil? Foosball's for the devil. Do you mean like football? Like, soccer? What myth is that? Why is the myth spreading that people who play football don't need to train? I've never heard that. I'm going to say that doesn't exist. That's fucking bullshit. Who says, all right, if you play soccer, like football, who says you don't need to train your legs? those soccer players like train fucking legs like beasts. They do leg extensions hard and hip work, and like they train their legs like crazy. They don't need massive like sausage legs, but their legs are strong as fuck. And American football, my God, do they train legs? So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. These questions are going downhill, so we only got like Josie's typing. So Josie, keep on typing. We'll come back to that. That's an important topic with the migraines. We'll just do a couple bullshit questions in between. FJ Sandoval OC, whatever. Papa Swolio, I'm so slim. Me so slim. Can you change it to me so slim? Me so horny. Me so slim. I'm so slim. I eat a steak and protein, but I'm still so slim. Oh, come on, dude. Come on. You're not eating enough. You eat protein and you're still slim. You need more calories. You need more food. You need it you need regularly. Like, you can't just eat, I ate big today. Don't forget, if you're full, your body just wants to maintain. Your body doesn't want to gain or lose. So chances are you're not lifting. You have to, if you're eating food and you have to be lifting heavy weights and eating enough food to grow. All right, Josie, we got some response here. Thank you, Josie. Josie says the teenager has migraines. He is 14. We are trying to cut out processed foods. He is trying to eat more leafy greens. I would cut that. This is my suggestion, my opinion. But because he is a teenager and is still consuming chips and sugary drinks. Yeah, well, look, if you want to make, all right, so I can't really help you then. I would not recommend leafy greens. I would recommend going essentially carnivore. If you have serious migraines, suffering from migraines, that's debilitating, especially as a teenager. So because he's a teenager and is still consuming chips and sugary drinks, does he want migraines or not? So my ability to help you stops right there. So the gluten and grains is a big trigger for migraines. Same thing with vegetable oils and processed sugar. So like, there's nothing I can do to help if that's not going to get cut out. I would recommend doing a full elimination diet, going carnivore. That's what I would personally do. Carnivore, meat, fat, organ meats, cut out all that shit. I think he would be, look, unless he wants migraines. I would not be eating leafy greens or anything like that. The diet's shit. So, he's dealing with migraines because he eats shit. A lot of people deal with migraines because their lifestyle sucks. So there's nothing I can say but because he's a teenager, no. Let's not make excuses. Oh, he's a teenager, so he's going to eat shit. Was that honestly, I'm just saying, I know you feel like you don't have control. Well, that's the reason. So, but it's not the teenager that has anything to do with what's being consumed. It's just objective. It doesn't matter if you're 30 years old or you're a teenager. Don't use the teenage shit as an excuse for why he's eating crap. Just saying. Or tell him to enjoy getting migraines the rest of his life. He's 14. Does he have a job? Is he buying his own food? Where's he getting this junk from? Is it in your house? If it is, throw it all out. Clean the house, top to bottom. He's 14, still under your roof. You're in charge. Yo's a mama. I'm not saying it's easy, or enjoy those migraines. Those migraines are debilitating. Migraines are legit debilitating, right? Like that's awful. You can't do anything. Migraines for a lot of people last like a couple days, where it'll take you out for a day or two. And even if it takes you out all day and the next day you don't have a migraine, you're wiped out and exhausted and stressed and cortisol's through the roof. You didn't sleep well. You're fatigued. You're still fucked up for like a day or two after, maybe even longer. Migraines are probably the worst. You can't function at all. It's so bad. Matt the Great. I remember when I ate spinach all the time, I would honestly poop out full leaves and thought that was healthy for some reason. I would eat spinach salad daily for the longest time. I was a dumbass. Yeah. You're not digesting it. You're not getting anything from it. And you feel nauseous a lot of times because like the nerves and you feel like you have that your headache is pounding so much and you feel like you're gonna throw up. Like, oh, migraines are gross. You can hear your heartbeat, in your head. It's like, boom, boom. Oh, it's it's one thing if you have like, oh, I have a little bloating. I mean, you can function. A lot of times you can function with some of these autoimmune. That's why people just block it out of their head and they just ignore it and they just torture themselves. Light sensitivity, yeah, you have to go in a dark room and it's awful. Certainly, I only had one once and thought I was going to die. Ugh, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Migraines are awful. Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll end on that. Maybe Josie might have an additional statement, but Michelle says, I've only had one migraine in my life and holy shit. Yeah, it's nutrition. It's nutrition. And of course, some people are more predisposed to it, but it doesn't make it any less your lifestyle habits are causing it. And if anything, leading to the exacerbation of it. So for example, maybe if you suffer from migraines or you're really sensitive to it, you might have to be just more uber careful because you're more likely to get them, but you can still decrease your risk of having them and the severity dramatically. Let's see. Danny, I've been dealing with cluster headaches since I was about 11. There are only two things that help me. One is a blood pressure medication. The other is a medication called sumatriptan. Stacy, do you have what's your experience with, do you still suffer for them? Stacy, 20 years of migraines, ... Yeah, blue light, cutting that out at night. Let's see, Josie, thank you. Yes, they are. After this, I don't think so. Well, keep us posted. Because I feel like if you did like a full carnivore, hardcore elimination, grass-fed beef, liver, organs, like if he doesn't want, and just honestly do that strict with that, I think it'll change his life, give you perspective. Oh shit, these foods actually cause the migraines. Then you'll naturally avoid these things. You have to figure out what's causing it too. Mashel. I liked spinach salad for the craisins, bacon, and dressing. Yeah, right? Not really the spinach. I'm glad I don't eat that crap anymore. You want the crunch, but you're getting the sugar. So you're eating it for the craisins, the fat, the salt, and the sugar. You're getting the bacon, the fat, and the salt. You're getting the sugar with the dressing and the vegetable oils, and then you're just getting a little crunch. Yeah, you're eating it for the toppings. A lot of people have a Caesar salad. Why? Because you like crunchy, bland, fucking iceberg lettuce. There's no value. It tastes disgusting. You just want the vegetable oils and the sugar and the salt. That's all you want. You're eating a crunchy bowl of ranch dressing. Like, oh, I love salad. Sure you do. You like the fucking combo of the sugar, fat, and salt. A lot of people get food poisoning and stuff from lettuce and shit like that because it's disgusting. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, everyone. 100% of the nutrition, I never would have imagined how much of a difference changing my nutrition would make. That's what I'm saying. It's shocking how much of a difference that it makes. And once you realize that, you're more perceptive to it for the rest of your life. So it's important. You have to care. You have to test these things. Oh, fuck yeah. Stacy says, I've been on all sorts of meds, blood pressure meds, which didn't help. When trying to train hard, diet and exercise is the best hope, but when it hits you, just write it out. So migraines for 20 years. What's your nutrition like? Are you eating any of these other things that we talked about? What's your nutrition like? You cutting out grains, gluten, cutting out processed sugars and dairy, processed dairy and shit like that? Some people just have issues with dairy, period, even if it's raw. We've had members that just suffered from migraines their entire life and they did an elimination diet. Gone. Changed their life. Just completely gone. They didn't realize, oh my God, I was causing this by consuming X, Y, and Z foods. All right. So let's get into Swole Card. All right. Make America Swole. Remember tomorrow's accountability meeting. Let's give away today's Swole Card, fam. Thanks for being here. Falcon, pick me a winner. Good questions today, Beaches. Good questions. We got a winner. Today's winner is Robin. Congratulations. Where's Batman? Oh, get it? Where's Batman? Robin, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swollcard 2606, your mailing address in the body of the email. Oh, it's fantastic. Congratulations, Robin. Ooh, let's read a couple more comments. John says, almost instantly felt better just a few days into the elimination, and I felt 100 times better. Used to deal with chronic back pain, stomach issues, body fatigue, etc. Within a few days, gone. That is fucking awesome. That is great. That's the best. That's the most important thing, that your quality of life improves. Nothing can top that. Nothing can top the quality of your life objectively improving. It's all right. I can rock it out. I got this, fam.
He's on fire!
Got a couple of
Boys
these.
have a penis, girls have vagina.
Educating you every day. Knowledge cock is plentiful today. Where's my tainty man? Oh, Mr. Tainty boy. Tainty man. That's a good taint. Good taint. Very good taint.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Boom shakalaka! Chicks will dig you, or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
Oh, he knows. He knows I'm calling him my tainty boy. Tainty boy. Tainty boy. Tainty man. Tainty boy.
I like to caress
I love
rusty
you,
spoon.
my little tainty man. Tainty boy. Hello, tainty man. We got it now.
I was kidding! I was only kidding!
Now, once you've had sex with a woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
He's got no hands. How's he doing it? What am I doing? Coast to coast. What's he doing? How's he playing that piano? How is he playing it with his dick? Is he playing it? Is that guy? Is that guy that you're watching on the Mancat? Is he actually playing it with his dick? He is. He is. Fam, thanks for being here. Tomorrow is our world famous Swole Fam accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time. Be there. Don't miss out. It's for members only. Tomorrow, 12 noon, right here inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today. And thank you so much for being here. We'll be back publicly on Tuesday. So don't miss out on that. Again, thanks for being here. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. skeletons on closets and make a new deposit.